What is up, everybody? Today's how-to video: how to replace an upper passenger side engine mount on a 2004 to 2009 Mazda 3. It's really not that hard. Shouldn't take you more than maybe a half hour. Let me get you set up and we'll go through it one step at a time. Hang tight, guys. Alright guys, well, the first step you're going to want to do is you're going to want to remove the coolant tank, the reserve tank. Now you don't have to disconnect it. It's on two clips. There's one clip right there and there's one clip right there. Now I had a little trouble getting mine off, as you could see. I had to take a screwdriver and get in there. What you do is you just get in behind the clip and you just keep wiggling it back and forth, and it will eventually slide up and come off. That is step one. So once you get that off, then you need to go underneath the car and we need to support the bottom of the engine. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my jack with a piece of wood and I'm going to go up right underneath the oil pan and just jack it up from there and hold it up from there. Alright guys, as you can see, I am right underneath the oil pan. I got a block of wood on top of the jack. And basically all I'm going to do is just bring it up enough to support it, which probably about right there. You just want to kind of take the weight off of it. There you go. That's step two, guys. Alright guys, now once you got this tank removed, here is your upper engine mount right here. There are 4 bolts, 2 on top, which are actually just nuts, and then down at the bottom there's one there and there's one on the other side. Those are actually bolts. Now the new one you want to make sure is the same way. This will show you a little bit easier. You got the 2 on the top, which are the nuts. You got the one on that side and the one on this side, which is the bolts. Now they're 17 millimeter. All 4 of them are 17 millimeter. So I'm going to get you set up here on a tripod, and then we're going to loosen those and remove them, pop the new one in, put the bolts on. We might have to adjust the engine height a little bit to get the bolts to slide into the new one good, because depending on how worn out your old mount is, once that gets loose and comes off, your engine might shift a little bit. That's why you put the jack underneath, so it won't fall, number one. And number two, you already have it at a height to where all you're going to have to do is either raise it or lower it just a little bit to get that new mount to slide on. So let me get you up on the stand here and we'll continue then. Okay guys, you got 2 17 millimeter nuts here, a 17 millimeter bolt down there and a 17 millimeter bolt down there. Now what you want to do is you want to just loosen everything at first, because what's going to happen is if you take off 3 nuts and then you remove the last one, if there's something wrong in the stability of the engine, it's going to shift and fall. So what you want to do is you want to just loosen up all 4 a little bit at a time until you're sure it's stable. Then you can remove them. So I'm going to start with the ones on the bottom. Loud noises. Just a little bit. Little bit at a time. There it goes. Now you see the engine did move a little bit. The engine did shift a little bit. It's still tight on that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go underneath and jack it up just a little bit. Alright, there we go. See, now it went down again. That's what you need to watch, is the shifting of the engine, because it's going to be more difficult getting it back into place There we go. Alright, now everything seems to be okay here. So we can start removing all the bolts. Two bolts at the bottom, nuts at the top. Jeez, okay, there we go. There you go. Now see how easy that comes off? Now hopefully, the new one will go on as easy. So we got the new one here. I'm gonna slide it over those top bolts. And I'm going to have to jack the engine up because, as you can see, it's not going all the way through. Alright, so here we go. Let's see what happens here. A couple pumps. Alright, well there we go, guys. I got it up a little bit more. I had to jack it up a little bit to get those nuts started, so I'll just get those nuts started. And then at the bottom, I will get these bolts started. And then slowly wind them in a little at a time. To get them seated right. Alright guys, now they all seem to be tight right now, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to let the engine down a little bit. Slowly watch it as it goes down, make sure that gets seated properly, and then once it's completely off the jack, I will retighten these down just to make sure that they're tight. So I'm going to go release the engine now and hopefully it'll come down nice and smooth. There it goes. Everything looks good. Completely off the jack. Just going to hit these one more time with the impact. Loud noises. And there we go, guys. That's how you replace a passenger side top engine mount on a 2004 to 2009 Mazda 3. All I got to do now, put this tank back on, and that's going to be it. So, with that being said, guys, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think about this down in the comments. Leave me a comment on what you thought of my video presentation. And that's it, guys. Subscribe to my channel for more how-to videos and other stuff I do on my channel, taste test challenges, stuff I do around the house. So subscribe to the channel, leave me a comment, give me a thumbs up if you liked it, and I'll see you next time, guys. Thanks.